Right then. Should be live, right? Start off with blessing the stream with a cigarette. What's going on, champs? Hope you guys doing well. Thank you so much for actually jumping on as well. To actually, to do the very first altcoin session actually. So it is something that I'll be looking to do a lot more regularly. Every Wednesdays that will be the plan. So I'll go through a couple of my alts. So I'm looking at. We'll go for the major, the easier ones to actually deal with first as well, and then we'll look at going into like taking it up to the audience. Going to Twitter. I did ask, whatever you got, I'll look to actually try it out for you as well. So we'll look at a couple of them, and we'll see how that goes, and we'll see how the first episode goes, and then we'll go from there and whatnot. So let's get cracking, let's get cracking. We got Michael Caffrey. Bloody hell, it's been a while, brother. How you been, man? It's been a while. It's been a fucking long time, innit? Bomb Biggie in the house as well. Good to have you here. I shouldn't be smoking if I'm coughing like this, but never mind. And just hit just smash the likes and hit the subscribe button if you're new. And we'll get cracking. I think we'll get cracking, and we'll start up with things quite easy in terms of what we're looking at, and it will set the tone, right? So we'll do the whole thing. So the first thing I want to bring up to really as well is basically Total 2. Total 2 is a new thing as well. And guys in the DCC, I got my new monitor as well, so you might notice a bit of a difference in quality already. So it should be a lot better. But we should be back to normal in the DCC when we do our daily streams every day at 10:30, early in the morning. So when we look at thingy, Total 2, let's just zoom out, right? Let's just zoom out and have a look at what's going on. And this will mark the base of everything that we need to look at, right? So looking at this chart, as you can see, what can we tell? So the first thing is, we're stuck in like a range over here, this range over here. I'll probably use this one and this one over here, but like it's, I mean, what can I say? What can I say really more than this? I mean, price has found support off this. Bit of a deviation if we close above this line for the yearly, which will end in a month and 3 days time itself. So that's one thing we can look at. Just to drop it down to the 3 months and see what's going on there. Got a bit of a range bound environment here now as well, just like here back in the 2017 2018 pump and stuff like that. We've got a bit of a range bound environment. I mean, like, you've got this low over here, right? And you can see that all was support. And we got this high over here. We got resistance over here. Support, 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 support. And we push up. And the mid-range will be around somewhere around here. Whoopsie daisy. Around like that kind of thing as well. So breaks above and then we shoot up. Low. Whoopsie daisy. Sorry, high to low. Oh, fuck off. High to low, low to high, and a breakout itself, right? Similar things you can actually look at when it comes to this. What is the range bound environment? We've got one right here. So we've got the range low here and the range high. So right off the bat, the mid range is over here. I can see that this was the consolidation during the bull run, and price dumped down really, fucking scary, for fucking 3 months as well, dumped down, and it's done a deviation. So it's done a deviation there. The question really is, are we going to actually hold above it and shoot up to around the 1 trillion marker? Then from the 1 trillion marker, look up to the 1.5 trillion. This is Total 2. Basically, it covers BTC. Sorry, no, that's wrong. It covers Ethereum and it covers all the alt market itself. Okay, so drop it down into the monthly as well. I mean, that's a range in itself that we can draw later on. Drop it down to the monthly. Ultimately, right, this is the key thing that we need to actually always remember as well. One of the key things I always say to you is price is always in a range. Okay, no matter what, it's always in a range. To me, it's going to be this range here. You can use this low over here if you want to. This low here and this high here. That's perfectly fine. I mean, it's acting as a resistance over here, but this low here doesn't take anything. It's all floating off somewhere. So I will actually tighten it up a little bit more. And what it is for me, it's this low here. That low and that high. You can see how it's actually acting. This is the whole consolidation from July of 2022. For the whole time, yeah, altcoins are popping up. Like INJs went from like $1 to like $16-17 itself. You got freaking you got Solana's at $60, well $59 at the moment currently. You've got so many things that's just popping up from the lows. Like Solana's low was around $10 at the yearly open, and then it just shot up 6x then after like 10-11 months. So But in reality, to the whole thing is it's just a consolidation. All this is consolidation. So what does that tell me? That tells me retail is not in. So when you're all looking for that bull market to blow up, right? Let me just freaking zoom this up there. You know how you actually looking for the market to actually blow up and have like this one massive green candle, just non-stop. They call it green dildos, or what they call it. I think that's a freaking vulgar term. I don't really like it too much, but they call it green dildos, right? So when you get like green dildos after dildos after dildos, sounds kind of fucked up as it is, man. This can go into a really messed up joke in it, and let's not start off something, but like that happens in what we call the bull run. Everyone calls it the bull run. That it's really in truth retail. Retail comes in and blows the shit out of proportion. Right now, the consolidation I just showed you is not retail. That's just us guys actually in the market right now. From the 20, we're talking about 17 guys, the 18 guys, the 19, 20, 21, and 22. We've got 6 years worth of guys all just consolidating in this area there. We are not retail at the moment. If you're buying for the long term, you're not retail. You're more of like an investor right now. As an investor, people have different ideologies on what an investor is. For me, I'm an investor just for the retail, and then I'm just gonna actually taking profits on the way there. Is when they say buy low, sell high, people like it sounds kind of mad because I'm actually essentially saying we're gonna dump on retail, but that's the market works like this as well. Like if you're a retail, you've been through it, you feel the pain of the bear market, and you start to understand on the second time round, I'm not gonna make the same mistake. So in this instance, right, like what I've done personally is like I've just been hodling from the beginning of the year. So I've been buying altcoins as well. So that's the key thing. And I'm gonna talk about this and relate it to 2017 now. So this is all consolidation here. The monthly close in a day in 5 minutes, a day in 5 hours. I'm not a fan of the idea that we're wicking and we're coming down over here when we're just like, we're coming to the monthly close. I'd rather have a clean smash above, a nice smash, and then any retest here, then run up to these highs itself. There's a double top here, like this liquidity is going to be taken out kind of thing as well. So what I'm looking for now, right, is just seeing how we close for the monthly, okay? If we close below this high there and a pullback, and then I'll look for shorts in altcoin market going to the mid-range, and then we'll see. I won't even say range low. It might come into here, right? But for the time being, this is like an order block. The last down candle send the market back up. Let me highlight this, and you can see how that's acting as support. The support off here, support off here, support here, here, and we start pushing up higher. So, we could actually run it back down to this area here, possibly as well. I don't know. We'll have to work it out and see how the monthly close next week when we do our next session, hopefully. So that's really the truth in this whole thing there. Now, going back to 2017, 2018, what was the consolidation? What can we do to look at things in price action and understand what was happening there? Because it's all fun and games to be like, yeah, I would have done this, I would have done that, and X, Y, and Z. But it's always good to go back and look in history. The way that the way I like to learn as well is using previous price action there and just working back like all the dumb mistakes I've done, the stupidity I've done. So what I've looked at is this, right? So let me just zoom into here for a second. Looking for, again, a range bound environment. To me, is this high over here and this low over here. All right, that's the range bound environment. As you can, let me just make it a bit more tighter there. That's the range bound environment. That's the consolidation right here. Right, so we have a deviation here, we have support there, deviation, resistance, with the COVID drop, came as support, comes up as resistance, break this high, takes out this high. This is the final high that you've got to be careful that if you want to be bearish, you don't want to take that liquidity, right? If you were supposed to be bearish there, then we chop around this area there, then you can do like a trend line and then a breakout, and even then retail wasn't in. Retail comes in after. When retail start coming in, this is just people start feeling like, this is like in 2020, 2021. This is like, in 2020. This is more like the 16, 17, 18, 19 guys actually say, yo, let's take it along. Most of you guys wouldn't have actually been in this area here. Most of you guys wouldn't be playing this. You may have heard of crypto, but wouldn't actually take anything though. Like you may be thinking it's a bit of a scam, X, Y, and Z. And now today, you're here. You know, you're here and you're in that frame of mind where you're realizing, hang on a second, this is what the 17, 18 guys are doing. Now you're doing the same thing. So you're in preparation for the next run so you can take profit when it's necessary to take profit on the way up. Right? So like, look, you always take profit, X, Y, and Z. You know, this is non-financial advice, all that kind of stuff. I have to, clear out, of course. You know, but at the same time, it hurts to lose. I know that for a fact. It's happened to me in 17 as well, 18, 2020 we played it there, 21 we played it. We did well in 21, right? Could I have done better? Absolutely, I could have done a lot better. But now I'm doing this down the third time round. Let's fucking get going in it. Let's go. And even then, this is not retail. I'll tell you where retail comes into place. You know, if you look at it this way, right? This is the range bound environment. Right here. Right here. That's the range high. Liquidity there. Swing high, swing low. Okay? That's what it is. Swing high, swing low. And there we get a double bottom or whatever you want to call it. Take that low there. And we push up, rally up quite strongly there. And around this break over here is when retail comes in. And when does it come in? Around February time. This is when retail start coming in. And you can see from the breakout there, look what happens next. That's the retail breakout. And we do come for a retest there. Breakout. And it's up there. It's higher highs, higher lows, higher highs. And then we kind of break market structure and people start looking for, lower prices. Even I was looking for lower prices in total too. I'm not going to lie to you about that too as well. But at the same time, it's still a consolidation, just like what we're doing over here. And retail comes into here. And this area here, like, you can actually do it in your own, think about it yourself. Where did you enter? Which month did you enter into crypto? Did you enter before 2021? Or did you enter in 2021? Now, if you entered in 21, was it around March, April time? And I know a lot of people joined in March and April time and it was May fucked up, Or did you join in around like August, September time? November time, probably, October? And then just bear market. So it's all in relation to where you entered. And if you entered, that's retail. Like when I entered in crypto, it was in 2017, September, I bought the fucking top. I bought the top in September, bro, at 4.5k. The next day, fucking China FUD. And I'm like, what the flying fuck? I really thought that to myself. I'm like, I was scared. I was like, okay, like this is bad. So that's the whole premise there, right? So now going into we've done all the long the long talk itself right there. We shouldn't be doing this again more in future itself. But now talking about what's happening, current price action there on total 2. Everything to me, right? As you can see. Wait, let me just zoom out so you guys can see. That's the range low. Sorry, there. Right here is the range low. That's the mid-range, and that's the range high. The deviation, retest, comes into the mid-range. Does a deviation, pushes up there. Doesn't take out this high. Slams back down, finds support. And this whole thing was a deviation here that we talked about. And this is the consolidation. That monthly range I've just drawn about, that's the consolidation. We are consolidating below range low. Now, granted, we are above range high. And it's interesting as well. What's interesting is this thing here. Let me just mark this low here. All right. Was very, to me, quite solid, and I'm okay for a pullback on alts. If alts want to pull back, I'm okay with it, and I'll explain to you in just a moment how I would like to play. Well, looking at the idea of like if alts gonna pull back, right? What are the plans? Then we can talk about someone like INJ and Solana, for example. Then we'll just pick out a few things as well and whatnot as well. But look, what's key about this? See this low here? There's support here, smash below. We found resistance, and we spend 3 months over it, but on the third month we drop down, right? Then when we come, resistance, resistance, all this resistance, resistance again. 2 months above it, deviation, smash down, resistance, resistance. All right? Now we've come over it. We've done 1, 2, 3. This is the 4th month above there. This is shown to me there's less likely to be resistance. It's more of a consolidation there. There's a consolidation happening there. Small body candles on the weekly. Sorry, not month, weekly. So there's 3 weeks over here, 3 weeks over here, 2 weeks here. We're on the 4th week over here. Right? The 4th week now comes down to, are we going to come back down below here, break down and play it down here? That's perfectly fine, and that'll be the deviation. I'm okay for things missing out the top itself. Or is it going to come back? 1 second, let me just delete some of this shit. Or is it going to come back, find support, bullish market structure? This is the highest cap in the market there. Once we break above, take out these highs over there and then run it towards this. That's what's that's a plausible plan. The breakout plan is literally going to be this. This is your confirmation right there. So once you see that on total 2, you know like Alto should be pushing up as well. Ethereum should be pushing up too. Take the fucking longs. That's all the confirmation that you need to see on the weekly. Now on the daily, it gets interesting now. We are actually consolidating, right? Because you know on the weekly, you show you small body candles. But this is what's happening on the daily. The daily is between this low here and this high here. And all of it is just resistance. Resistance, 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 resistance. Support, deviation, support. So we are ping-ponging within this range band environment. We went from high to low, low to high, high back down to low, back to high, back down to low, back to high, back down to low. Well, let's push up towards high. You know, I'm okay for it as well. So the breakout plan is the breakout here, bullish price action. Once you get above there, because we're all getting wicks on dailies, we're not even getting a close above. That'll be your long. If we lose below here, then we look for a short towards the range lows. That'll be the shorts there, and then we'll see what happens afterwards as well. So there's a plan for the breakout to the upside, a plan for the breakdown on the downside, whichever comes first. Now let's go into some of the alts there. So let's go to INJ. Now INJ is actually an interesting one. It's one that I don't really want to short. I told the guys quite openly in the group itself that I've shorted it twice. I got wrecked over twice. I don't want to fucking do it again, right? So just to quickly just recap what's going on down on INJ. I'm looking for a range band environment, right? What I've got here is, well, price to me is, this is on the quarterly. This is the range low. That's the range high. Whoopsie daisy. Do this properly. Range high. This is the mid range. And then if I, whoopsie daisy, hide all that. Where's the freaking eagle eye? There we go. And all we got, that's the consolidation. Resistance over here, the mid range, support the range low, support the range low, deviation, and we pushed up to the mid range. So if it pulls back and holds above it, I'm happy to go for longs all the way to the range high. So I'm all right for a pull back into the mid range, which is around $15. I'm fine. If we lose the mid range, then right, and you have to bear in mind what total 2 is doing is if total 2 is coming into the monthly low, right, like that range low itself, and you're seeing INJ is coming towards around the mid range, holding in the mid range itself, and also total 2 is holding support as well, it shows bullish market structure. That's your sign for you to go long. Okay, that'll be your sign to go long. If I'm looking at total 2 and total 2 is below the range low and starts breaking down, I'll be seeing the similar situation with ING. Then I look for inch. I look for a short towards the $10 marker. All right. Even then, there's still levels there, so you gotta be a bit cautious there. So we're above the mid range. Let me drop it down to the monthly. See what's going on. Monthly itself, we just fucking taking out all these liquidity over here on the monthly. Just hide that. It's taking out all that liquidity. So it's just, I don't want it. I'd rather not it close below. I think below this as well, but we'll see what happens there. So going to the daily, what I've got here, this is a few things. So bring up my levels, right? Yeah, I've got a bit of a trend line over here. As you can see, this trend line there is acting resistance, 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 resistance. We broke above it, hold support. To me right now, this is the invalidation. Now let me explain this. I did post this on Twitter, and I'm going to explain this to you guys right now, actually, for the sake of argument's sake there. So let's go on to 4 hours, right? We're at the range low, right? Sorry, at the mid range. We are focused within this period of area here. That's all it is. And once we get back above, we'll talk about the breakout plan to the upside afterwards. But right now, we need to talk about that and figure out what the fudge is going on, right? Because it's just hanging around, you know, just hanging around like, bro, like, what do you want to do? Do you want to sleep here? You know, you can't stay at my yard. And it's like, you know, like your boy, you got a friend says like he's gonna come round, and then next thing is like fucking like 3 o'clock in the morning, and he's planning to sleep here. You know, what the fuck you doing here, bro, man? Go home, innit? And he's like, yeah, bro, like just chill, let's chill. But he's fucking want to actually sleep here because he got kicked out of his yard or some shit. You know, that's a fucking messed up situation. It's never happened to me, but I've heard stories when it's happened to some of my friends, which is fucked up. It's really, really messed up. But it's like that, and hopefully you guys are not that friend. Can you imagine that right now? It's like, yo, Dang is fucking talking about me, bro. Fucking hell. Oh, excuse me there. So, really, let's just mark this out there. So what I'm looking at, right, is this is the last up candle, right? So we've got the trend line, right? Resistance, resistance, resistance over here, and we break above it, okay? Now, the confirmation really is a break above this high, because that's what's capping the market, right? Actually, no, it's not even that high. It's this high here that's capping the market. If I break above there, get close above there, and then you retest and holds that level, gives me higher highs, higher lows, right? I would go for a long quite easily for a breakout to go this liquidity, and aiming that 75% of that quarterly range that I discussed there. And that will be what? Freaking $20.28. The $20.20. That's approximately there. That's the plan there. Now, I just want to highlight this for a second, and I'm just going to talk about a few things. Right? The first thing is, let me fucking delete all this shit there. Right? The first thing is, you see this low over here? That's one of my favorite patterns. You'll see that a lot that happens during the bull market. Consolidation, maybe get a bit of a deviation and step back in. I would have gone long here, right? And then put a stop loss there, expecting the breakout. Once we get the breakout, go up a lot more higher. You'll see that a lot during the bull run as well. Trust me. Like when alts start to rally up, right, you see a lot of them, like, they're not simultaneously. They're freaking like doing it at different times as well, and you get to catch quite a lot of them as well. So alts broke up, right? But what's key about this low here? This low was coming into where? But look where the support is. I want to mark this out. This is the macro mid range. So let me just bring it up there. That's the macro mid range. So what you've got here is support, deviation, and lower deviation. But in reality, this is what I'm looking at. This here is fresh liquidity. They ran the stops over here, causing a swing failure. So it swings this low there, and it gets back up into this trend line, showing the lower highs, finding respect from this order block. Gives me a lower high, pushes back down, and finds support around the mid-range. A small deviation, but finds support, pushes up there, and then once it breaks this up there, market structures start to show me bullishness. So to me right now, this is invalidation. This is where I'm wrong completely. If I want to go a bit tight, I can go a bit, fucking hell, where would I go tight now? Yeah, I'd go tight of this low here. Yeah, just put it this low if you want as well. Aiming for these areas there, and here, and then here. The breakout plan is once we get back above there, then we go for all-time high. So if it shoots up, right, let it do its thing, right, breaks above there, bullish price action. All you got to do, take the freaking long, next leg up, playing within this area here. As long as you find support of this area, because this will be the midpoint over here between these 2 points over here, the range and the mid-range. That's the plan for the bullish. Now, if I want to be bearish, the only way I can be bearish, right, is we need to get back below the mid-range. It needs to be invalidated. Like, my plan needs to be invalidated. So that's the mid-range. We're going to talk about from there to there. That's what it is. Level to level, okay? Let it do its thing, right? If it comes back down, loses this low. So this low is a key area there. Let me just change the color. I think the colors are too fucking bright though, isn't it? This looks fucking pink to me now, innit? This fucking screen makes me look like it's fucking pink. Bro, I can't believe this was been pink all this fucking time. I can't believe it. I'm just going to pretend I never saw that. Because I liked this color before, but now I don't. Anyway, never mind. I'm losing sidetrack. I'm fucking... yeah. Anyway, so let it do its thing, whatever it wants to do. Maybe do a stopper and whatever. Once it breaks below here, shows me bearish market structure over here. We're getting back below this key SR over here. This is showing me resistance. It's all a deviation there. Lower lows, resistance right here off this low kind of thing, for example. Then I work my way down to the 25% range, looking for liquidity and liquidity here. Level to level. That's what it is. And each time you take your profits as you go. Okay? That's the plan for INJ in terms of the shorts. Solana. Now, Solana is a funky ass one, right? I'm not going to lie to you. It's a funky ass one, okay? So what I've got here... let me just go back in time. Quickly have a look. To me, this is the range high. That's the range low. That's the range high. Range high, and that's the range low. Mid-range here, pushed up, consolidation. This is all a fucking dirty deviation in my opinion as well. We come in as resistance, we get back below, find resistance, come back down to range low, and it just shanks down. Now this range is quite key because it shows me a deviation. So we got consolidation here, deviation there, deviation, support. If that's support, right, and just like that 1 2 3, right, that low, when we run the lows over here, right, it pulls back, but you find support off the key range low. This is your invalidation here. This is where you're completely wrong. You know, you'd be targeting, because if we take out this low, then it'd be the yearly open. All right, but that's what it is. Instead, pushes up, goes into mid-range, rallies all the way to the range high. Now the question is, right, is this going to close above? Ideally, it would be. You know, if I think about it, I've got a fair value gap over here to fill out. So price could come into where? It's $81 very easily as well. Let's just say it pulls back find support, bullish price action. I think it runs up to $81 level to level. Work it out there. First thing I say $77. You just want to be a little bit cautious there, and then we'll see what happens there, level to level there. Okay, I'm drinking this tea before it gets cold. I don't want to have this tea when it's cold. It's not the same in it. Anyway, so when we're looking at this now, is that's the monthly. Just drop it down to the weekly. Really, we've got a bit of range band environment. I've got liquidity resting here and liquidity resting there. Let me just delete that. Sorry about that. That's a long. Don't worry about that. I'm not gonna explain that. Let me delete some of this shit. There we go. Put it as orange so I know I'm working on the weekly there. What is the weekly low? Weekly high is over here. That's fine. Weekly low comes in at 51.12. Coordinates 51.12. There we go. Drop it to the daily. Now, let's have a look. We're finding resistance at the mid-range. Okay, so this is the mid-range over here. If we look at it this way, it's from low to high, high back down to low. Coming to the mid-range, I just want to flip the mid-range and I'll take a long into the liquidity here. There's liquidity resting on both sides. Which side are we going to take out? I don't know. The liquidity here, liquidity here. Ideally, I want to run it up to here and then take the longs up there because why? Total 2 is looking all right, going towards the range high. So I have enough reason to start looking for longs. If you were to lose the mid-range, I look for the shorts, which is not a fucking problem, to be honest. So drop it down to like fucking, let's see, the 1 hour, right? How is it looking like in the 1 hour? It's not too bad, actually, you know. What we got here. So we've got the range, as we can see, done the deviation there. Resistance. It's looking like fucking support so far, right? But I'm not too sure. We'll have to actually see what we're looking for as well. So what's going to be the high that's actually capping the market? I reckon it's this high there. That's capping the market there. If we flip above this high there, that's your confirmation. Take the longs going into what? Target, and then target into the range highs for liquidity there. I think, I reckon you can actually squeeze into this here as a target first, and then go into the range highs itself, and that'll be your liquidity done. Then we'll figure out if we're going to break down or is it going to be a continuation to the upside towards the $77 itself, and that's your breakout play while this is consolidation and this liquidity gets left behind. All right, that's pretty much what we're looking for. Now, if I want to tighten things, right, let me fucking go down to the 15 minutes and make a dirty plan for you. Now, what do we have here? Right then, all right, so we're going to be focusing on just this little price action here, okay? First things first, right, this low here, where's it come into? It's really just taking out liquidity, right? So that's the liquidity right there. Let me just do like that. I think I can go onto the 5. Go 10. Yeah, let's fucking do 10 then. Yeah, let's fucking do 10 then, innit? Right? So, wait, let me go 15 first. Let me go 15. All right, so I've got a line, trend line. Let's draw this trend line over here. Something like this. I think that will do. Excuse me there. Let's have a look onto the 10. We could do that because I don't like doing it like this, you know. I want to actually incorporate this high over here, right? This high over here. I want to incorporate this high. So what we got here is, let me draw my freaking lines. So we've got a stop run there, similar to what we had. You know, like what we talked about when it comes to INJ. It actually looks like a fucking long. So if I want to go for a long, I would put a stop loss here right now. This is where I'll be wrong. So if we lose this level there, right, and starts breaking down and getting back below, I'll be take this low. I have to flip for shorts to go down lower because this is the mid range there. So then we say that's the deviation, right? So if I'm looking for longs, right, that's I'm wrong here. Okay. If I want confirmation, how do I actually do so? Right. So I'm looking for this high is capping the market there. That high is resistance. There. Resistance over here, deviation, right? So it's showing me willingness to push up. There's a fair value gap there. That thing is that's showing me there. So lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. We've kind of broken market structure here, making a higher low itself. So is this the higher low? You know, really, that's why I'm saying this is where I'm wrong. If we flip this level there, bullish price action, off we fucking go, run the fucking highs from here and here, and then we can actually run up towards the fucking the higher prices. So let me just delete that as well, and that'll be the plan. You know, that'll be the legitimate plan to go for longs. So it's just a matter of time when looking for the breakout. You know, on whatever you feel comfortable as well. While total 2 is in consolidation, I'm quite happy for us to go into the liquidity up into the weekly highs, and we'll see what the deal is afterwards. But if I'm wrong, then what will happen is, right, this area here, I was this here will be acting like as a resistance factor, right? And all the bot there. So we should be breaking down, right? Maybe get a retest there. Once we lose this low here, I'll be looking for the shorts right there. If we lose this low here, we'll do something like that. Comes up here, maybe a retest, one more. I'm happy to go in to accept. Yeah, lower prices, looking for these liquidity over here, playing it back down to 25%. Well, really into this high over here. That's what I'll be looking for, 56.50, and then we'll see what the deal is. Really, so one step at a time. But yeah, target, and then working our way towards range lows itself at $51. So that will be the idea of how I would like to play, because if we get back below this mid range here, then I have to respect that we are playing within this area here. Okay. Right, it's 30 minutes actually in. I didn't expect to actually be taking out that, so thinking that to go into that deep. What I am going to talk about, I want to quickly talk about a project really. Oh yeah, I'm in Paul, so you guys have been talking about it, I think, quite a number of times. I want to talk about something that I actually like as well. I've invested into this at around 2 million market cap. Yes, it is at 13 million market cap. It is gone up several amount, but I do reckon this goes a lot more higher. Like, how high does it go up to? I need to adjust this now as well. Sorry about that. If I do that, sorry, I just need to adjust this now. Let me try and figure this out. There we go. I think this will do. This will do. Yeah, there we go. Right. So we got I think AIX there as a whole. All right. Let me just talk about it as a, well, let's fucking talk. Get the, excuse me, my language. Let's get the technical, the fundamentals out the way. Right. So here's the Twitter. Right. Bring it up there. 30 million market cap there. It's got 4,500 followers there. Some of the news we'll go through just quickly in just a moment there. In terms of what it is about, let's have a look. Let's go onto the website, check it out, see if it's nice and clean. It does look pretty clean there. Nice little graphics going on there. So Agent X, your easy chat to crypto powered by AI. Now, I've used this before. You can literally just click on this, right, and you can go on the Telegram. It sends you to Telegram. I'm not going to open this up there, and it does a lot of the work for you. So what do I mean by that? So one of the biggest problems I had when I was in 17, 2020, 21, all that kind of thing, is that I'm not a very good fundamentalist. The truth is, I'm really, really terrible. Now, I wish there was a way to actually break down things back down in 17, in 21. I mean, those who were joined, was in the market, understand what I'm talking about. You got so many things going on, and there's so much information. What's legit? What's not legit? There's so many things going on. This does a lot of the work for you, and it's freaking fast, like stupidly fast as well. So, I mean, it's got you got the Agent XC, XT, XO. You guys can check it out a bit more there, but because we're running a little bit late on the stream itself, and they can custom a solution tailored for you as well. So you literally just chat to them here and there. They'll look at how they can actually incorporate the AI bot with you as well. And I'll tell you something, right? The team is pretty sweet, right? I've actually the solid team as well. I've actually got to know them a little bit as well. They're just killing it right now. They were in the AI summit. I did one of the talks, the Twitter talks. I don't know how you call it as well. I'm old school. And they literally just talked about how they were going to go to the web summit that was in Portugal not too long ago as well. They got a stall over there. They freaking got big plans. A lot of things coming out from their way soon, and hopefully that'll be a lot more. I mean, I don't know too much as well. Obviously, they're not going to tell me everything, right? But all I know is they've got my support. I'm in the freaking mode of actually hodling projects, and this is one that I feel like a hodl itself. Obviously, do your research as well, understand what's going on there, and have a look at if it's for you as well. I do believe AI the AI sector will have its role in a massive pump as well, like the gaming tokens as well. I do generally believe AI is going to have a massive pump, and I do want to actually be a part of the AIX as well. They've got revenue sharing coming out soon as well. I don't know when. I think it should be coming really soon, not too long ago. It shouldn't be too far as well. And so yeah, I'll be throwing I'll be staking it into the revenue share, because I'm looking to actually be here for the long term. Because if you look at some of the alts, remember we talked about Total 2, and we discussed this together just briefly before we go back to AIX as well. We discussed how this was the consolidation. This wasn't even the retail play. Retail start coming into here, then blows up, and then a lot of projects. I remember like Solana. I was told about Solana at $1. This was back in around November 2020. I didn't buy it. and I saw it go to like $270, $280. Should I bought it? Could I bought it? There were so many things I could have done, and I missed out because I don't know, it was fear. There was a lot of fear because I got fucked over in the bear market. I didn't want this to happen again. There was so many things. There's a lot of things as well. So this time round, I'm looking to legitimately hodl as many projects there is, because I've hodled a couple. We've already done quite a number, and I will talk about others in a bit as well. So when it comes to actually looking for what do you hodl, right? What's the best hodl? There's going to be always different ones as well. Like my to get the most out of a token itself, you're gonna look for a low cap with a working team, a solid team that actually produces and does partnerships and is looking to build. Like CZ was saying, number 4, build. Same thing, and these guys are fucking killing it. Now, in terms of a technical, this is more my domain. I'm not a fundamentalist as well, so hopefully you guys can do a lot more better than me. But AIX will do your fundamental work for you as well, which I should have freaking used it, to be honest, as well. But obviously, I don't want to bring up my Telegram and then show it up. It's live in it. Like if it wasn't live, I could have actually blocked out private their DMs and stuff like that. But anyway, regardless of that, yes, granted, I mean, when I posted it on Twitter, it was around 2 million market cap. It has done like a good 6.5x so far, so that's all good there. I do reckon there's going to be another leg up. If we're looking at total 2 to be bullish, right, what we need to do, right, is looking at this, right? This is really the whole thing, right? Price is just like that total 2. Remember I showed you in total, excuse me there, the total 2, I showed you there was a consolidation on the daily. It's the same shit right here. Let me change the color to make it white. So we got a range high and a range low there. That high over here, this high over here acts as resistance. This low here, support, resistance. On the daily, yeah, I've seen it go down to like 10 cents in it. And I'm like, people be like, oh, what the fuck? Of course, like it's going to be scary. Hodling is not going to be an easy game as well. Trading, it's one thing, like it's you gotta... I'm in the, literally, legitimately, I'm in the business of actually hodling. I'd rather hodl right now and then sometime in 25-ish, 24, 25, taking profits on the way up. That's the way it is. I'd rather maximize this. I'm in a good position to actually let this play. So what I'm looking for, see how price come up to the range high. If you just come back down there, if you want to enter in, you're looking for an opportunity. The range low is around 12 cents itself. If it holds this low itself, it's going to keep ping-ponging until we have a breakout to the upside. And when we do have a breakout, this will then start flying up for higher prices, right? It did reach to about 20 cents. I can tell you legitimately what it was. It reached to, just under 21 cents or 20, let's call it 20 cents. It reached 20 cents there. 20 cents is about around 19-20 million market cap there as well. I do think this can go to 100, potentially a lot more higher as well. We got to see what they actually, what the team has in store for us as well. They're freaking doing good work as well. And it's one of the I believe it's the fastest AI. Don't quote me for this as well, because I've done this before where I actually said something is like, yeah, this is the best one or the fastest one. And someone actually, told me, no, it's not true. There's other competitors who claim to be the same. But this one, I have saw a video, shout out to Kazi. Kazi was the guy actually who brought this up to me at 2 million market cap. He said, dude, I got something for you, blah, blah, blah. And I remember when he sent it to me, I'm like, bro, this is literally isn't it? He sent it to me, right? And it's at 2 cents in it. It was at 2 cents. And I was looking at this, I'm like, bro, like, it was over here. It was right here in it, right? At this 2 cents. It was just before the weekend. And I remember, in my head, I'm like, is this guy's fucking smoking something that we shouldn't be smoking? Like, is this guy feeling all right? Legitimately, when someone tells you or a friend tells you, like, yo, buy into this token or whatever, this is going to be good, and he's selling it to me, and I'm looking at this, and I'm looking at the chart, and I'm like, are you fucking crazy? But when I look at the market caps at 2 million market cap, right, 2 million market cap, and the thing is, it's got room to grow as long as it keeps on pushing. It's got the right team, and we can get this going, and as long as it keeps going, I think it's okay. As long as the market structure is bullish, it's bullish. That's the thing is, right? You don't want to be selling on. You don't want to be like not selling. Sorry, you don't want to sell when it's bearish market structure and it's at the lows. You know what I mean? Like, and it's now changed market structure. You want to sell, higher up, kind of thing. So I thought about this, right? He told me he told me a lot about it as well, and I thought, fuck it, I'll throw in some money in there, and I'm down for it as well, and I did. And shortly afterwards, I tweeted it as well. And shortly afterwards, it just freaking ripped. I was like, okay, fair enough for now. And it just ripped up, and that was all it is. It's just this consolidation here. So if it is gonna break, right, I have to say this. I know some of you guys have maybe may have AIX. I know I do, and I don't freaking like the idea of actually going down lower. But I have to be realistic in this when it comes to actually to like a trading mentality. This high is gonna be a key right here. So if it's gonna come back down and break down below here, we can run into these highs over there. I'm expecting that to be a deviation. All I'm looking for is an area of support to rally up, and I look to actually load some more around the the thing around the 8-9 cent market itself, push up towards the 12 cents. Once we reclaim the 12 cents, then we can continue the usual range band environment until we have the breakout to the upside. Okay, and then this will just be a deviation. That's an opportunity if there's dips. It all comes down to Bitcoin. If Bitcoin shits the bed, that's not fucking good, right? I'm long on Bitcoin as well, by the way, as well. If you guys don't remember, we talked about Bitcoin yesterday. I talked about how like I'm looking for a long scenario X, Y, and Z. I am generally in a long situation right now. The second one I want to talk about is something called Toad, right? I bought into Toad, right? I can't remember when I bought into Toad. It was really fucking. It was a good price though. It was around. Did I get into Toad? Well, it was way before this anyway, definitely. I think it was somewhere around here, around like 3 cents. I think it was 3 million 3 cents itself, 3 million market cap or 2 million market cap around that area. So I got into Toad, making higher highs and whatnot. We'll talk about the thing, and bear in mind, Toad's come out from a long freaking time, back in 2022. All right, it's consolidated for a long freaking time. I mean, look, you can see this for yourself right there. Let me just zoom in there. It's showed me like higher. Whoopsie daisy. It showed me like higher highs, isn't it, right? You can see that there's a channel there, and we've just actually finally just smashed above it and fucking rallied up like a motherfucker on Toad as well. Now, Toad itself, right, it's a gasless, an ETH gasless swap. I've used it, and I think it's freaking sick. Now, the reason why I was a big fan of Toad, and why I was like, you know what, I've got to invest into this as well, was the idea that when I'm looking at, you guys might not remember this, or you guys may not have entered into this market or whatever, or you never sold on MetaMask and you didn't know like what was going on because there was so many problems. One of the big issues was gas fees was freaking stupid. I'm talking about $200, $300 worth of gas fees. There was one time, it was in May the 10th of May of 2021. I will never forget this day because I need to cut a position because I didn't like the BTC, and I was like, I'm going to take some profits over here, blah, blah, X, Y, and Z. Just 2 days before the dump. Gas fees was 6k, bro. Do you know what I mean? I ain't got fucking 6k. What the fuck do I look like? Like the little president of the United States, man. Fucking more like president of my own ass. That's what I'll be honest with you. It was expensive. Now Toad, now I came across with Toad, right? And let's go on that Twitter, right? You know, that's the Twitter, right? And you know, one thing is you always look at, right? Like, you know, especially as myself, really, I like to see who's following projects and stuff like that, right? One of the things you can look at, you can see who's following it and whatever. It gives you a bit of an idea of, okay, who's pretty interested in it, who may have a bag or whatever. I'm not saying this is a reason to actually buy into it, but I'm just saying to you, when you do your due diligence, I understand sometimes it's a bit difficult for you to actually see like, oh, how do I actually know if it's legit or whatever. Followers, you know, the guy, I mean, you can't always trust all your followers. Some of them are scammers, all that kind of stuff. And, you know, let's not go into that whole scenario. But that's always a good thing as well. There's 5,900 followers there, or nearly 6k. Can we get to 6k, inshallah? It'll be nice to actually get ToadSwap up there. I'll follow these guys, and let's just jump onto the website, and let's just see what, whoopsie daisy. Let's see what's up. Let's just go through there. No. What's going on? Is that website not working? Yeah. There we go. Okay, for some reason I don't know what happened. It's the same website, toadswap.org. Right, so saves you money. Hop into the future of decentralization trading. All right, so they've got a few sick, solid things coming out as well. They've already got some stuff that's live. One of the things they've got is a front run protection. So trade with confidence, protect your exploited bots, right? From exploited bots. So, and you got another one, true auto slippage. So no more guessing, get the best price every time. ETH-less trading. This is, to me, the best thing. Now, what do I mean by ETH-less trading now? Remember I said to you 6k, right? And I didn't really have that money. I was looking at my fucking pockets. I'm like, yo, listen, I ain't got 6k. What do I do in it? Like, I'll come back later. I mean, I had some P's and whatever. I was like, I'll come back later. And hopefully it goes cheaper. And it did. Like $5,800 in it. I was like, this is not good. Price is dumping, right? Price is dumping. And it's $5,800. And I remember like, oh, like it was like, even if you had 6k, it's going to hurt. But you got to do what you got to do. What this does, this actually cuts out the gas fees for you. ToadSwap will actually give you. I'm sure I've got. There's a. I don't want to chop this up, but there's a better explanation as well. I know I've actually seen this before myself. I'm gonna find it for you. I should have actually. There we go. Here we go. Right. ToadSwap will actually will work this out. So let's just say, right. So you know, on Uniswap, right, the gas fees for buy it's like $30 there, and then like so save your gas. Or what is it? Save gas for sells. What the fudge? I'm losing the freaking plot. So put it this way, right? I'm gonna break this down. So they will actually do the swap for you, right, without any gas. ToadSwap will do the whole thing for you, so you don't have to worry about. They will take some of the money from like as gas fees, you know, like for treasury and all that kind of stuff, right? That's for, you know, it's a project, but you don't need Ethereum in your wallet, so you can sell using ToadSwap. You just all you literally do, you go onto the website, right? Let me just bring up the website, the link tree. Let's go on to the launch swap. Go into the on the launch swap. I don't know what's going on. Why is it not working right now? Please don't mess with me. I don't know what, like, I'm having a bit of an issue. Let me try and bring up Google Chrome. Whoopsie daisy. Give me a second. I don't want to bring up my information there. Twitter. I just want to make sure that's perfectly fine and that is working. That is working. And maybe just like for some reason. Okay. It's going to be a bit long. Forget it. Never mind. I'll cut it down and go straight to the point. So basically, you go to the ToadSwap itself, right? And you can actually literally connect your wallet like a Uniswap and whatnot, and just hit sell. Do the percentage on like on the slippage as well, and they will just you just sell it with no Ethereum in your wallet, and it just does it for you. It's sick. It's really, really sick. And the good thing is there's no failed transaction fees. So you know what I'm talking about when you use Uniswap or SushiSwap or all these other swaps as well. You do a transaction. It's happened to me many freaking times, and it's frustrating, right? It's really frustrating as well. Is when you do you do the transaction, it fails for whatever reason, but you've been charged the gas fees, like you've been charged like the freaking fees for it as well, and even if you didn't do anything, so you start thinking like, oh, screw the freaking dexes, you know, CEX is a lot better, but they won't charge you nothing, you know, because it didn't happen, so you got nothing to worry about. I've been using it myself, right? I think it's freaking awesome. It's bloody badass in my opinion. There we go. I've got it. For some reason, I don't know why it's not working there, but yeah, you literally connect your wallet, as you can see in the corner over here. Connect your wallet. X, Y, and Z, and literally you just select. It's just like Uniswap, and you can see the chart here. You know, when you click on, let's say, like if I click on AIX for example, yeah, you can see the chart on AIX, and it gives you a better idea. So there's more things coming up, but we can talk about that after. I'm gonna actually just cut that quite short on that one as well. But I'm gonna spend a bit of time on ToadSwap there. But in terms of price action wise, I mean, we've freaking sent this already. It's been sent off, and look, it's at 9 million market cap. Some of you guys might be thinking, "Oh, but dang, this is 9 million market cap. What are you telling me to buy?" It's entirely up to you. Again, nothing is financial advice, but I'm bringing this to you that even if you don't buy the project, you can use it. You know why? I know there's a lot of people using it. You know why? I'll tell you why. Freaking tell you why. Where is it? There is it. It's here you go. The user base is rapidly growing, and it's just from May it was about 250, June slightly growing, July slightly growing, August is going above 500 now, September, you know, it's picking up as well, like about probably 750. Around October we had just under 1,000 users, and now in November we are nearly the 2,500 users. So it's rapidly picking up, and I think more and more people are understanding, hang on a second, this is so much more easier. You don't need to freaking need Ethereum. Like, screw freaking, I mean, I'm not saying screw Ethereum, but just screw the idea of keeping Ethereum and making sure that you have enough money for gas fees. They do your shit for you, bro. That's how freaking sick they are. So now, as a trade, now let's see what's going on in terms of like what the possibilities we're looking at. Now, I have posted this on Twitter already, but I'm going to talk about this just for the sake of argument's sake as well. What we got? What are we doing? 48 minutes. This is going to be the last one. I'm going to end it. I do apologize. So what I'm going to do, if you comment, like for example, on some of your alts that you want me to look at, I'll pick about 4 or 5 and I'll do it tomorrow. And I'll do it tomorrow. I'll do it on Twitter, for example, and I will actually, yeah, I'll do a video on Twitter and YouTube as well. I'll bring it up there as well, and just to make it up there. I do apologize that, you know, it's gone a bit longer than anticipated. It's not really what I wanted to do. I had a lot to say, but never mind. We you know, I will make it up, I promise you. So when it comes to Toad, right, what we're looking at, right? So to me, just mark out some levels. I've got this high here. was a range bound environment. Oopsie, I don't remember that. This orange is kind of ugly there, isn't it? This is white. Let's zoom into here. And I've got pretty much the same. Really, this was a range bound environment when you think about it. You know what I'm saying? So what we got here is a range bound environment where consolidation was here. Where the breakout, that's the retest. So already that's pretty bullish. If it's going to go higher, the moment we take out these highs there, it's just a quick ass catapult to the upside. How high does it go? We'll figure out when the time comes. Level to level kind of thing, right? So that's pretty good. At the same time, right, if I were to hide that, right, hide this there, what type of market structure do we have? You know what I mean? I always say market structure, market structure. This is it. Higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows, higher highs. This is the higher low. This low is holding in place. So all we need to do is take out this high there and make up higher highs itself. So that's what we're looking for. So now, if I were to go and bring up my levels, drop it down to something like the 4 hours. Let's see if we've got something. What do we have? We've got this now. Okay. We've got this. We're getting capped at this low over here, right? Perfectly normal. Resistance over here. Resistance over here. A pullback into around the 9-cent marker. As long as it holds above here, it gives me an indication for longs to buy into this high here. And then once we break above these highs, it's just a catapult to the upside, because we're looking for the hunt out the liquidity itself. Ideally, I want this to hold, but if there is going to be a deeper pullback, which is possible, which is really possible, what I would like to see is let it do its thing, maybe come into this area here, and then reclaim this level there. And off we go, back up to the highs there. I don't want to lose this low here now. That's what it is. I don't really like, as looking for a more bullish plan. I mean, I don't really want to lose this low, but ideally this is the key low. This is all consolidation. And if it does come back down right over here, again, it all comes down to how Bitcoin behaves as well. If Bitcoin starts dropping, also going to drop down. But this again is another, just like AIX, this is another one of my long-term hodls. So I'll be looking to hodl for the longer period of time itself. But if it does come back into this range bound environment, this is more buying opportunities until proven otherwise, and that will be it. But that's really is the plan there. So that's it, guys. I'm gonna actually end it as from there. I appreciate you guys there. It's been 51 minutes. I'm starving as well. I haven't eaten dinner, but really appreciate you guys. I felt like you fucking did really well. Drop me a comment and let me know how you felt about the alt session. You feeling like it's boring, blah blah. The next time we won't freaking do the whole explanation on Total 2 and all that kind of stuff. We'll just go smack, bang, 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 and get as many alts as we can get. That's what we want to do next time as well. So Wednesday, we're looking to do alt sessions. Tuesdays will be Bitcoin and Ethereum. Hopefully that helps there, and maybe actually make many X's together, inshallah. So take care. Have a great night. Best of luck. Bye, everybody.